The higher up it goes in complexity, people peace out faster. They don't have time to do it. Or they say the magic words, 3 magic words, I'll do it later. I'll do it when I have time. And guess what? Whenever it goes into that bucket, you might as well, it's equivalent to the bookmarks that you save on social media. I'll read that later. I'll finish consuming that video later. It never happens. So how do you turn your business into an actual brand? Well, my name is Bijal Patel, and I've had 13 years of corporate experience working at big Fortune 500 companies, and I'm taking all of that juicy firsthand experience and have brought it into my company Launch. Within this podcast, you're going to learn about branding, vision, identity, mindset, and how to scale your business to the next level. So let's go ahead and own your brand. The reason your lead magnet is not actually getting consumed. So lead magnets are still super effective sources of getting your message and your value proposition out to the marketplace. Because people want to have a little bite size. I use an analogy of an ice cream shop, like when you go in person and they give you that little spoon so you can get a taste. That's exactly what lead magnets are. So it allows, number 1, people to show you intent. Number 2, for them to get a taste of what your value proposition looks like. Number 3, this is a really good one because it's a subconscious play on them starting to accept their role as being coached by you. So whether you're a coach or a consultant, maybe a consultant, they're going to learn from you. Whatever type of business you provide, they are stepping into the role of, let's say, student or a client, and you are appearing as the coach, educator, trainer, or consultant, something like in that realm. And when you create that frame for them, they're more willing to take the next step. So the 4 reasons that I find that lead magnets don't get consumed by people, the one is the most easiest is it's boring. It's boring or it's really, really vague. If it's too broad, super boring, really, really complex, people don't have time to consume it and they're not going to do it. Number 2, you haven't spent enough time creating what it's going to be, so it's not put out into the marketplace fast enough. The speed to market needs to be there. Now, this is contrary to what a lot of people say. I don't want you to create the lead magnet first because you want to see if people actually want it. If depending on your audience size, if 20 people don't raise their hand and they say they want something for free from me in my audience, I'm not even going to make it. It's not even worth my time because it's not hitting home with the marketplace. But once they do, I give myself no more than 1 week to get it done and out the door. The sooner you can get it done, just like on a sales call where things cool off, from when they opt in to your lead magnet, whether it's on a reel on Instagram or if you do a post on Facebook or LinkedIn, it doesn't matter where you do it. The minute they comment or drop the emoji, it's like, imagine that there's like a time clock and it's just ticking down, or it's like this hourglass and it's ticking down. So you want to be able to race against that. And the sooner you get it in, they're going to have the energy that's related to whatever you posted, and you don't have to remind them what did they opt in for. The third thing is, if you don't promote what your lead magnet actually is elsewhere and say what the results are that other people got, there's no momentum or desire to actually come back through and listen to it. So you want to come back around a week later and check in with every single person you dropped the lead magnet to. Hey, real quick, if you've gotten even one piece of gold from this podcast and you're finally starting to understand how branding and brand strategy is going to take you to the next level, would you do me a favor and either subscribe or leave us a review? That would be so amazing. Share it with a friend, send it to somebody who needs this, and let's get back to the show. Number 4, your lead magnet is overdone. It's supposed to be a lead magnet. Remember that like tiny little ice cream scoop? You just want a tiny little taste of what it is that you're doing and sharing with them so they can feel like it's simple enough and it's fast enough that they can go take action on it right away. If it's one of those things that is on and on and on and on, they're not going to have time and they're generally not going to have the interest to go all the way through it. And then they're not going to be able to execute on it. If they can't execute on it, you're in the first red zone, which is, oh man, everything this person does is going to be complicated. And nobody wants complexity. The 2 things to aim for in 2024 are leverage and simplicity. People are tired of all the things. They're tired of information. Information is everywhere. You need to make sure that you are respecting your prospects' time by giving them consumable tidbits of information that they feel excited about, just enough to get them going. It's like aloe on like a burn spot. You just want to put enough to cool it off, and then you want to invite into the next piece of the conversation. The lead magnet is a starting point in the sales conversion journey. So once they opt into that, you check in. How did they find it? What's their feedback? Have they been able to apply it? Answer questions back and forth. And then you move on to step 3, which is inviting them to a call or sending them to a sales page or something like that. And a lot of people get overwhelmed because, like, when we do posts, we'll get like 50 to 200 people who want to opt in for something. And Facebook and any other social media will block you if you keep copying and pasting and sending the same thing. So one of the ways we've worked around that issue is either we'll put the link directly in the comments, or we will ask people to DM us first, which is such a ninja positioning move. Like, you want this thing? Cool, you DM me instead. And then you won't get penalized by any of those platforms for you putting that out there. So this is such an important, like, marketing asset, and to spend some time making sure that it's simple and it's easy to follow and it's effective. That actually is way harder to do than just spending 20, 30 minutes laboring on and on and on, or creating really complicated Notion documents that everyone says they want and no one uses. Less than 1% of people will actually use it. The higher up it goes in complexity, people peace out faster. They don't have time to do it. Or they say the magic words, 3 magic words: I'll do it later. I'll do it when I have time. And guess what? Whenever it goes into that bucket, you might as well, it's equivalent to the bookmarks that you save on social media. I'll read that later. I'll finish consuming that video later. It never happens. No, there's never any more time. And so you want to make sure that people can get through it, because if they can get through it, they get that dopamine hit that feels exciting, and you've created a win in their world through your training and whatever you provided them that got them closer to solving a true pain point or a problem. Once that process starts, now you have somebody who can actively be persuaded to hop on the next call and be nurtured into whatever next thing you're doing, whether that's an event, virtual event, challenge, low ticket offer, any masterclass, whatever it is that you're doing for a promotion type activity is going to be a huge asset for you. And then you can then take that lead magnet, give it to your clients for free, make it a part of your curriculum, and then put it on your website. So once you make something once, you should be deploying that asset 3 to 5 times after. Even if you go make social media clips from what it is that you did related to the lead magnet. There's so many ways to use your time in a more leveraged, smarter fashion that creates a lot more content and gets your voice and name and expertise out into the world. Hope this helps you.